So WWE Survivor Series 2024 has finished, and I'm gonna be reviewing every match on the night. So the show opened with the women's WarGames match, and I did say in my predictions video that this match was rushed and forced, and it just felt like having a WarGames match for the sake of it. And I thought the match would be cool at least, but the match had a lot of botches, and just the cool moments weren't as good because they just seemed off, because Tiffany and Io tried jumping at the same time, which first of all just doesn't make any sense, and second of all they failed. It was not even in, like Cody Graves said after that spot, oh, in stereo, it wasn't even at the same time. It was an underwhelming match, and the coolest moment kind of was when Tiffany was about to cash in but she didn't. The cash in could have really made that match something special and something to be remembered for, and if Tiffany cashed in and exited the cage, her team would lose as well. That would be a good way to finish the match, but they didn't do that. The babyfaces won, Team Rhea won clean, and it just wasn't a great match, and left a sour taste in my mouth. Next up was the US Championship match between LA Knight and Shinsuke Nakamura, LA Knight defending his title. Now I predicted a DQ finish or a no contest or whatever, and I thought the rivalry would continue to build and all that. But Shinsuke Nakamura actually won. It was a very fun match, not too long, which was good after that women's WarGames match, which was like 40-50 minutes. Shinsuke feels like an actual threat now. His new character is amazing. They had a different entrance for him from the SmackDown entrance, which I kind of like more than the SmackDown entrance. And Shinsuke poked him in the eyes, poked LA Knight in the eyes, and hit Stinger DDT, the Sting's finishing move on the steel, and then hit a Kinshasa to the back of the knee to pick up the win. It was a good moment, very shocking. I thought it was just great to watch, and made the feud feel, even though it was short, it made it feel worthwhile, and I'm excited to see how it develops in the following weeks. Then you had the Intercontinental Championship triple threat match, arguably from an in-ring perspective, the best match of the night, kind of, because the men's WarGames match was really good as well. But yeah, it was a fast-paced match, really good. All three of them gelled together well. It was a good rivalry as well. A really fun match, and Braun Breaker retained the title. I thought that was the best move here, because Braun's title reign just started recently after he won it back from Jey Uso. A really fun watch, and these two matches, the mid-card championship matches, really picked up the pay-per-view after that terrible WarGames match. That was one of the worst WarGames matches I have ever seen from the women. Then you had the World Heavyweight Championship match between Damian Priest and Gunther. This one just ruined the pay-per-view even more from me. This one and the women's WarGames match, because the match was not as good as their SummerSlam match. It felt like a worse version of their SummerSlam match. Even the ending was the same, where Finn Balor comes. The way he came out of nowhere was kind of good, but no one really wants to see Finn Balor versus Damian Priest again. It was not what I wanted from the match. I thought Gunther would kind of get his confidence back and everything. It would at least be a good match to watch, but this was just very slow paced and not that fun. And Damian Priest hurt his shoulder. I don't know if that was planned or if it was it just happened. But it really gave a bad look for Gunther and made him look weak when it took Finn Balor and Damian Priest getting hurt for Gunther to get the win. Finn Balor got dropped by Gunther as well. Finn Balor is such a great professional wrestler, and his aura is just completely not there, and he's just not exciting to watch anymore, because he's being put in terrible feuds and all that, and I want to see him in the main event scene and go for the World Heavyweight Championship and all that. We'll see how it plays out in the following weeks, but this wasn't it. And then in the main event you had the men's WarGames match, and this was just absolute gold from start to finish. The only thing that kind of messed up was when Jacob Fatu kind of slipped while he did his finisher, but he sold the injury well. I thought it played well into the match. It helped take Jacob Fatu out of the equation to get the babyfaces to win. And they told a great story between CM Punk and Roman Reigns. The story I expected to be told between Bianca Belair, Io Sky and Bayley, but they told it here really well. And it was a really fun watch. The only thing that kind of annoyed me was the long drawn out ending, the long drawn out celebration, where I thought someone was going to appear, a big return or something like that. And Triple H definitely trolled us on purpose with that, but the match was just perfect, 5 stars out of 5 stars, and that's the thing. and it was a great way to close the show, and I can't wait to see how the rivalry develops. A weird thing is that I kind of want to see Roman Reigns versus Solo Sikoa in a ladder match with the Ulafala hanging above. But yeah, this was a great way to end the show. So overall, Survivor Series, it had three really good matches, which were the mid-card championship matches and the men's WarGames match, and two just really hard to watch matches between the women's WarGames match and the World Heavyweight Championship match. Overall, I would say this pay-per-view, I'd give this pay-per-view like a 6 out of 10. The good bits were really good, but the bad bits were just really bad. And the women's WarGames match was like an hour long, and that was just one of the worst things I've ever watched. And the World Heavyweight Championship match, it was just not really good either, and that took like half an hour as well. So an hour and a half of the show was really bad, and then the other parts were really good. So I'd give this a 6 out of 10. So yeah, hopefully enjoy this video, like and subscribe, and goodbye.